All right. Hey, everybody. Surprise! I'm doing an impromptu stream because I was at the dentist earlier today and thought I would be visiting my parents, but they're busy babysitting my nephew. And not that, I couldn't be there with my nephew, but just logistically, it worked better for me to come back to the apartment. So, since the companion's not here, we're going to play more games. Let's take advantage of that. And also, hey, it's Lunar New Year, so may as well, celebrate. Um, Speaking of which, tomorrow was supposed to be the Taste the Teas Lunar New Year replay party of our Dimension 20 show. It's been moved to the following week because members of the production team have another event. They've been nominated for Dallas's Best Drag King, so they're busy with that event. Unfortunately, that means that I won't be able to tune in for the first part because I'll probably be making my way back from Ariel Chain's class. I am going to pop in. I will say, though, that if you haven't seen my performance, it is earlier in the show, but the whole thing is worth watching. So yeah, I would tune in for the entire Dimension 20 show replay. You can still get tickets. You can also just watch it on your own if you can't make it next Wednesday. But the show link will be taken down after our replay. And I believe, I'm going to check real quick, that the link is still on my profile. I'm also trying to, navigate things around my cat, which, he's needy because I wasn't home for lunch. Let's see. We can. Yeah, I believe in my profile, there's a link that's where to see me perform next. That will take you to the Taste the Teas website. And it's pay what you can because we know that, times are rough and, we just want to share our love for Dimension 20. That being said, so last we left off, we started Date with Death Beyond the Bet. I did start playing on my own with the not safe for work version. Of course, it's not going to be on stream. I might tease a little bit about what you see, but yeah. So we're gonna make it safe for work because I don't trust my reflexes. And I don't want to get banned from Twitch because I just started out. Also, I don't want to surprise anybody with, private parts that you're not expecting. So we're not gonna risk it. So let's get started. Oh yeah, I uploaded the VOD for the last stream and put in chapters so you can see where my other cat, Pietro, interrupted the stream twice with being a very stinky kitty. Okay, let's put too many windows open here. Okay, load. And yeah, you can see the little preview of the not safe for work version. So there you go. That's all you're getting. Even though there is, if we get to this moment, there is a moment I would love to kind of talk about that is just brilliantly written. And so if we get to that, we will play. But okay, so we have last we left off, we were sick in bed. Grim is like, you must defeat this mortal illness. We're like, it's just a cold. Yeah, so, and then we engage in some spicy talk that is, confession IRL, similar to what I have to deal with. Like I said, that for those of you who haven't joined me for the stream, I am playing the player character is named Hana, but is based on my partner, which is the entertaining part. So I'm trying to respond as him because my personality is I'm a less self-confident version of Grim, even though I'm trying to absorb some of that confidence so that I can be better and own the things I do. So, yeah. We said you love my personality. Yes, of course, as much as I love Azrael. Azrael is Grimm's plushie. Answer this. I always love the name Grimmy. Like, we know that his name's Casper, but I like Grimmy. Grimmy. Where'd you go? Hello? There's no response. Confused and slightly annoyed, you shut your laptop for now. You feel a little lonely all of a sudden. It's a bit of a strange feeling to you. You never thought of your apartment as lonely. You've enjoyed living alone, decorating your rooms to your liking, but right now it feels a little empty. You get out of bed, legs wobbly, and put your laptop back on your desk. Just in time to make eye contact with someone outside of your window, eyes wide. You hurriedly open the window and a little shyly, he steps inside. Casper? Sunshine. Ahem. Enjoy this pan up. I told you I'd have no problem coming in. The Grim Reaper's in my apartment. Wait, are you here for my soul? I can hardly take it with you looking as you do. So the options are you calling me ugly or wow, I look that bad. Should be you're gonna take some. Are you calling me ugly? I didn't mean it like that. You look much more ill in person. Come on, let me help you to bed. He takes your hand, his gloves fingered gentle, and leads you to your bed. You look so concerned. He tucks you in carefully, and that feeling of loneliness is instantly replaced with a strange warmness. Being looked after by the Grim Reaper wasn't on your bingo card, but it's not so bad. You shouldn't be walking around. Where is your water? Hydration. I wasn't feeling like incorrect. Wait here. Casper disappears from view, walking away from your bed and into your kitchen. You're thankful you actually washed your dishes last night. He returns, a glass of water in hand. Drink. You are unwell, you must keep yourself hydrated. I'll be fine. Of course you will, because I'm here, so drink that. Are you hungry? Yeah, I haven't eaten yet. I will prepare you a mortal meal. I don't like how you call it a mortal meal. It is food for a mortal, is it not? Is that any different from what you eat? That is beside the point. I will not be long, so stay in bed, okay? This makes me wonder, it's like, you know, what's not a mortal meal, like ambrosia? Alright. And then he's gone again, figure disappearing back into the kitchen. Butterflies rise up in your stomach. That's a strange feeling too. Like you're a kid in the schoolyard. You're thinking on this when it starts. Banging, clattering, something falling, then silence. You stare towards the kitchen. More banging, more clattering. You want to jump out of bed and go see what exactly is going on, but you do feel a little faint. You instead decide to trust in Casper for better or for worse and await whatever he considers a mortal meal. It is around 25 minutes later when he reappears. What the hell was all of that? Or I'm a bit scared to ask. I don't know, see, like, companion doesn't get sick, so I've never had to be like, hey, I'll take care of you. I'm also not a very caring person, so Casper's got one on me over that. Would he respond? I think because of the whole mortal meal thing, we're gonna say I'm a bit scared to ask. But what was all of that? All of what? The banging and clattering and stuff. Your kitchen is a tough beast. It required some reining in. It fought admirably. It's a room, not a beast. Is there any kitchen left? I believe I only started one fire, but I handled the issue myself. Okay, so I'm not as bad of a cook, but I know I'm pretty I've got questionable cooking skills. I did almost start fire in lab because ADHD happened / panic, and when I was you sanitize like wands with ethanol, and then you like wave it over a flame really fast, but you know you don't want it to catch fire because the wand is used to spread bacteria, and I panicked because there was too much alcohol on the wand and it dripped, and I was like, oh shit, and like put it back into the jar of ethanol, and luckily there wasn't enough of it to like explode, and you can just put the lid on to cause the fire to go out. But yeah, that was like the dumbest mistake I think I've ever made in lab before. But yeah, you know, you panic when you panic, everything you've learned just goes out the window. But so not a real fire, but yeah. So there's this, right, just one. My fire alarm needs new batteries then. Just be like, I'm gonna judge him. The worst part is knowing you can't lie. Casper makes his way to your side, the smell of food reaching your nose. It doesn't smell terrible, but it does smell burnt, whatever it is. But looking up at him like this, that doesn't matter much. Over video calls, and even when he was at your window, it was hard to tell how, well, handsome he really is. Well-toned arms, a good-looking face, perfect hair. It hits you then how wild the situation is. He looks between you and the bed, cheeks slightly flushed, before he sits down carefully on the edge of it. Here. This is the first time I'm cooking for someone else, so he hands you the plate. On it is... You're not totally sure at first. It is mortal food, correct? Looking closer, it almost looks like pancakes? Have you ever made this before, Casper? Of course not. I have no time for fancy cooking. Fortunately, I am good at nearly everything I try my hand at. I simply searched on the internet and I created them perfectly. They're perfect or they're quite charred. Okay, so I really have a hard time deciding over this because here's my story about me cooking for my partner. My mom is like sensitive to salts and stuff, and doesn't like spicy foods, and I took on her side. Like, my dad loves spicy, so does my brother. I'm more like my mom, even though I do like salty things, but in my head I never bothered to like salt or season anything. And that's fine with me because I grew up kind of eating bland food. And yeah, the companion was over and I was like, look, I try to, because I have a book called Cute Yummy Time, and it was supposed to motivate me to cook by like making food into like, you know, like pandas and like other animals, and no, it didn't do anything of that. Like I tried, but just I hate cooking. But so I was like, look, I made you like rice and panda, and like I had shredded pork and like spinach that I cooked, and in my head I'm like, this is fine. And like, my memory was that he's just like, okay, this is fine, and then like that was it. And then later on he's just like, yeah, okay, I prefer my foods. But apparently he, like, the way he's told it to other people, he had to choke it down because, you know, it's super bland. And I was just like, well, you could have told me that like it needed more seasoning. Apparently he did later on, but yeah, in my head I'm just like, and I will argue that I did put furikake on it, and that is like my version of seasoning. But yeah, I'm a monster. I love British food. I love bland things. So yeah, I'm not a person. And also, like, the way I used to make pancakes was pretty bad too. When I was cooking them in Japan, because I wound up having a bunch of pancake mix, I would take pictures of just the mess. So I have a very clear image of what Casper's pancakes look like. I don't know. See, I don't want to say they're perfect because we're going to feed into Casper's ego, so we're going to say they're quite charred. What do you mean? Oh, Casper, you're so cute. They're perfect, really. You're making it sound as if they're less than perfect, though. My bad. Thank you, Grimmy. Well, the pout. I love the pout so much. It is the least I could do. The least? Pietro. See, there's the other cat. Both of them really love hanging around my desk, and I don't have a lot of space, so you get cat tail, but hopefully not cat butt. The least you could do was not come over, tuck me into bed, and feed me dinner. You're sick. What kind of person would I be if I just left you alone? Go on, eat. You look down at the food. Figure out where to go. You look back at Casper. You look at the food again. And you decide that for him, you'd eat it. Fortunately, it's not burnt all the way through. The middle is raw somehow. I know how exactly. Lovely. This is exactly what happens when you make pancakes that are way, way too thick and you turn on the heat too high. And it took me a very, very long time to realize this. I think the companion told me about the heat, but yeah, I would make pancakes that were a little bit raw in the middle, but kind of burnt on the ends. Still, it's not terrible, and you managed to get it down. So, how was it? It was interesting. The best pancakes I've ever had, or maybe you've missed your calling. We're gonna go with interesting. We're gonna be honest with them. You've outdone yourself. Ha! I knew you'd say that. See, he's gonna. Casper's confidence is something I need. I can do anything I put my mind to. You sure can, Casper Wasper, or somehow I'm not surprised. There you go with the cute nickname. You seem to have brightened up a little, but you must be running a fever. Casper takes the plate from you and sets it aside before coming back to sit on the edge of your bed. He looks down at his gloves, conflicted, before he pulls them off. Oh yeah, Casper always wears gloves, so this is a big deal. His fingers are long and thin, and his hands are without a single blemish. Of course, knowing Casper, that was a given. Your heart skips a beat as he raises his hand to your forehead. His fingers are cool and refreshing. You feel yourself almost lean into his touch. You look up and into his eyes, which look back down towards you. You see yourself reflected in those red eyes. He opens his mouth as if to say something, then closes it again. He does this a few times, and you wonder to yourself what exactly he wants to say to you. But he never gets the chance. There's a zap, as if an electric current has just passed between the two of you. Casper pulls his hand back in a flash. What the? Some people say they feel a spark, or what was that? What was that? Because that's weird. He stares down towards his hand incredulously. Unsure, he reaches back towards you, his hand finding your cheek. It's not as abrupt this time, but you feel it, like an electric buzz where your skin meets. Like petting my cat, because he's very staticky, but I imagine like more than just static electricity. It must be because of our connection. Our bodies react to our touch. How strange. I've never read anything like it. So yeah, and if you haven't been following the game earlier on, Casper made a bridge between our souls because he's been wondering like why he can't reap our souls, and also why like our presence makes him feel better. So yeah, we've got a lingering connection from that. Pietro, you're in the way again. You lean into his touch again. It feels nice. There's silence between the two of you, a silence that seems to stretch out for far longer than it's really been. It's filled with a common understanding. Tomorrow you must die. So yeah, this is the penultimate day of our original bet that, either he was gonna get our soul or we were gonna get his soul. If you don't, then you win the bet, and his soul is yours for the taking. You're two people connected by misfortune, both desperately trying to avoid the inevitable. Sunshine, Yes, Casper. I should go. Reach out and take his hand. Will you stay instead? Wait, don't leave, or please don't. Yep. See, I like this option, even though, like, writer me doesn't like this option, even though I feel like that's the one that the companion would choose. And writer me doesn't like it because the way it responds to the question is a little odd, but I think we're still gonna choose that one. What? You know, I'm so sick. Who knows what will happen if you leave me? Please? Okay. The room is even darker now. The sun set some time ago, but you barely even noticed. You were too concerned with the man in front of you. The man you've come to be quite fond of. Charlie, you really need to get your tail out of my face. I have only one bed, though. One bed trope. I hardly need to sleep anyway. Would you do it with me anyway? Sleep? With you? Yeah. Wait a second. I mean, literally sleep. Snooze. Catch some Z's? Of course. I knew that, obviously. You are inviting death into bed with you, Sunshine. It never ends well. Not for anyone. See, I love Casper's lines. They're so dramatic. I don't mind. It's a risk I'm willing to take, or I like a challenge. I like a challenge. I didn't say it was a challenge. What I'm giving you is a warning. A word of advice. Nothing good can come of this. And I'm listening. I'm just choosing for myself. You said it yourself. I was meant to die a long time ago, right? I think I lived all this extra time to meet you. You take his hand and pull him down beside you, moving over to give him room. No one else has laid beside you in bed like this. You put his head down on the pillow, staring at you through the darkness. Do you ever wish things were different? I wish so many things were different. Oh, we also have to share the bed with our cat. Our cat's name is Richard, because my cats are Willie and Pietro, so. Like what? Sometimes I wish I was a human. Wish I was capable of change, as you put it. I've always been proud of my work. I still am. But that doesn't mean I don't wish for more. For something different. Why not do it? He smiles now just slightly. There's sadness behind it. I'm not like you. What would you do if you were human? What I would do what I wish to do now more than anything. Something completely foolish. You've always been a little foolish, Casper. It's good to be foolish sometimes. He's been a little foolish, I think. Get some sleep, Sunshine. You feeling better is more important than anything else. Your eyelids feel heavy now. Your heart races. And yet you feel calm. Laying beside this man, you think you've never felt so safe in your life. Ironic, really, when he happens to be the Grim Reaper. You slip away, drifting into a peaceful sleep as you feel his hand still in yours. You wake up this morning to find Casper gone. At first, you're stressed out, thinking that something happened to him. Or worse, you imagine him all along. Oh man. Like, I had a moment of that, but it was more just like, because for a while, back when Facebook was a little more useful, I wasn't posting as much about my relationship because I didn't want to make a big deal. But then I was like, it'd be really funny if my friends thought I was like hallucinating, because I was very like, I'm gonna be team forever alone. I don't need anybody. But as it turns out, Casper's just in a career that doesn't wait for anybody. Say, bro. You found a note on your side table that said he left food in the fridge. You shiver a little, scared, but it's the thought that counts, right? After getting up, stretching, and spending some time with Richard, you notice a flyer under your door. There's a big festival on tomorrow night. Fireworks, stalls, and a fun time await. You sigh, just a little. That would be nice, but technically today is the day you're supposed to die. So, let's see what we can do. Also trying to keep track of time, because I do have other things going on this evening. Okay, still good. Oh, Richard's not on her bed. Where did he go? Our plant's still there. You'll water our plant. You give your little sprout a big drink of water. Though you don't speak sprout, it seems to say, thank you. The pets. Day 7 already. The bet's come and gone faster than you ever would have expected. What started as a joke has now become something far more. Richard isn't on your bed for the moment, so you lay like a starfish, stare at your ceiling, and think about your stupid Grim Reaper. You're so down bad you can barely believe it. What a bother. You put your ear to the door, ready to eavesdrop on your neighbors once again. But instead of whispers or phone calls or proclamations of love, you hear the sound of moving. You poke your head out, curious, to see people from a moving company carrying boxes from the apartment next door. It seems your neighbor is very suddenly moving. Feeling a little disappointed, but also incredibly curious, you go back into your apartment and think for a while on your next door neighbor. You never met them, never even got their name. Life is pretty fleeting, huh? Let's see what her bookshelf says. Given something I want to go back and look into, but yeah, it's been kind of really cool to see like just little bits of text that they add for our book. It's bad there's not like a note, but since we kind of summarized what it was, we can go on and bug him, see if he's got a break. Oh, I never saved my new wallpaper, so we're gonna change our wallpaper. Let's go because they had like festive ones. I really like the anime style ones a lot. Alright. Hana, are you awake yet? I hope you are feeling better this morning. I know I left a note, but I still feel it's proper to also apologize for leaving so abruptly here too. Work calls as it does, and you were sleeping very soundly. I could not bring myself to wake you. Like I'm awake, or did you miss me? Yeah, did you miss me? Thanks for making me breakfast. There is no need to thank me. It was not difficult. The remains of my kitchen say otherwise, or I still want to thank you. So the remains of my kitchen say otherwise. Ah, yes. As I said last night, your kitchen and I engaged in a manner of battle over who would be the dominated and who would be the dominatee. Once again, I have found myself superior. To my kitchen? Correct. I don't know. My kitchen can throw some hands when it wants to. I found that out myself. I conquered it. Congrats. Casper, conqueror of kitchens. I imagine you were saying that in jest, but it is true. In fact, I may put that title on my resume. Oh, put me as a reference. And what will you say if anyone calls you about me? I'm scared of phone calls I wouldn't pick up. Ah, that's me. I'd say your track record work-wise is a little iffy. I put on a funny voice and pretend they called the wrong number. Feel like... let's go with the silly answer, because technically, Casper is breaking rules, like talking with us, so we'll do this. You are hopeless. Are you feeling any better? Surprisingly, I feel as fit as a fiddle. How can a fiddle be fit or unfit? Great question. I'm sure someone smarter than me knows the answer. But yeah, I feel good actually. Good, yes, that's good news. Very good. So I guess this is it then, right? Day 7. You coming to take my soul? Or will I get yours instead? There is a complication. Huh? Are you trying to weasel out of our bet? Hardly. I told you I am honor-bound to accept the outcome of our bet. But I am afraid that currently I am dying and I believe it is your fault. What? Is it that soul sickness thing? Did you spend too much time here? Now I feel bad for asking you to stay. It is something far, far worse. What? I have caught what you may refer to as the common cold. Oh, or... I feel like we're speechless. You can't... Casper, you made me worry it was something serious. It is serious. It's a cold. A Reaper does not catch colds. I told you it is impossible for mortal viruses to take hold in my body. It has never happened before in all of history. I have taken the souls of hundreds, thousands infected with illnesses. They have never touched me. It's impossible. It should be impossible. But right now, I am sick. It is terrible. How could you have caught it then? From sleeping next to me? I do not know. All I know is that I'm certain that I may perish by the end of the day. Ollie's such a big baby. That seems a little dramatic. Come here, I'll kiss it better. Okay, this is such a companion answer. She's like, no cold. Oh, we already caught the cold, they were fine. What? I do not believe something like kissing cures an illness. See, somebody. I need to use this line next time. Have you ever tried it? No, of course not. Then it might work. Look how cheeky we are. Come on over. If the sickness isn't the death of me, you will be. Perhaps you will win this bet of ours, mortal. We agreed the limit was a week. That is only a few more hours from now. That means your soul is all mine. Correct. It is what we agreed to, and it is perfectly fair. But let me tell you now, if this happens, it will not stop another Reaper from being assigned to your case. I loathe the idea more than anything. Someone else viewing you as I have. But I made the deal and I will stick with it. Okay, I think on a past stream we talked about Casper's a little jealous. I mean, like, this is first time feelings, and I'm definitely this way too, but yeah. So Casper and I both are jealous bitches. What do you mean? Won't you stick around if I win? Mortal, do you not understand our arrangement? Clearly, we did not. One of us must die at the end of it. You're like, huh? Wait a second. Wait a second. That's not what I want. When I said I wanted your soul, I was mostly joking. I don't want you to die for me. You asked for my soul. There is little way to give it a soul but dying. That was our agreement. Well, I've decided I don't like our agreement anymore. That matters little. It matters a lot. We agreed to it. Come on, I'm giving us both an out. I don't want you to die, and I also don't want to die. Let's call it off. It just wouldn't matter. If I don't take your soul, I am as good as dead anyway. There's no happy ending for either of us in this. The biggest frowny face. I don't like this, but there could be, you don't know for certain. We want to be realistic, but then also we are dealing with the supernatural, and like our whole situation is a little abnormal, like Casper talks about things not being written in books, and he got the cold from us, so we're gonna go with, but there could be, you don't know for certain. Sorry, sunshine. I'll probably be dead from this god's forsaken cold before the day is out anyway. Before I die, there's some things I wanted to talk to you about, though. Stop saying you're going to die. Oh, he's dramatic like me. I say that a lot to where, like, people got kind of worried. So I have a very dark sense of humor, partly because it was how I cope with depression, and also just, like, anxiety also because, hey, you could die at any minute, so I relate to Casper a lot here. I seriously won't let that happen. If you're good at anything, it is not dying. That is actually what I wanted to talk about. I have always known there's something strange about you, mortal. I have watched you for some time. How long is that? Or you did say you picked my nickname a long time ago. Yeah. Picking up the pieces that, Casper's a little bit of a stalker. It's been a few years now. I was only ever supposed to take your soul. But I suppose even your radiance affects someone so shrouded in shadow like me. The alliteration. It is somewhat amazing, the way you capture people so. I never thought I would meet someone who could do it to me. I've done some research. I believe your soul is very unique, Hana. Have you ever had a sick friend, or a family member, or a colleague, who then express that they feel better when they're around you? So it's like, oh, there was one time in school, I had a cousin like that. There was a stranger on the subway. I only got it was one time in school. A friend of mine fell over and scuffed her knee, so I took her to the school nurse. I swear there was so much blood, but by the time we got there, it was a scratch. My friend said it must have been just my healing aura. Perfect. I knew I was correct. Correct about what? My soul, well, I must balance it, but it is inherently darkness. It is death. That is something every Reaper must deal with. But I read of something even more rare than a Reaper's soul. A soul that is lightness and life. One that directly opposes that which I possess. I think that is what you have. Where the opposites attract. What? I don't think I have anything amazing like that, or I have superpowers? Go with... I think this is just funny. I have superpowers. That is what you're getting from our conversation? You have superpowers. That must mean I do too. You are still human. And mortal, I think? Whatever abilities your soul lends you will be much more mute, I suppose, than mine. Can I fly? No. Can I go invisible? I doubt it. Can I run super fast? You tell me. Okay. I just ran around my room. It was at a normal to less than normal speed. Imagine we're like out of breath. Perhaps your superpower is running at a normal speed. That's a lame superpower. Then perhaps your superpower is the power of annoyance. You are pretty good at that. I think that power only works on you, Grim. It certainly does. But I do believe there is something you can do. I think you have the ability to give away parts of your soul. Yours is the power of healing, but at the cost of yourself. It is a dangerous ability. Also, maybe you can't die. I'm unsure about that one. This is insane, or like, really? Like really? 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 Did I not already say as much? Yes, really. Are you sure though? Like... I know I'm hard to kill, but maybe this whole healing thing is just luck. You get skeptic. There was a second reason I brought you those flowers. Oh, it wasn't just there to see me. My soul had become unbalanced, and I had a small bout of soul sickness, and being near you took it away. Just like that. Oh. And here I thought you just liked me a lot. I do. I wanted to test my theory, but I brought them to you because I thought you deserved them. Oh. I mean, you deserve much more, but it is all I could give for the moment. Ugh, my brain is working incorrectly today. I cannot think straight. Yeah, the brain fog when you're sick is the worst. I don't know how you mortals handle all of these illnesses. They are beyond inconvenient. Cannot even go anywhere to buy medicine. That medicine does not exist here. I could always give you some. I'll nurse you back to health. I'm practically a doctor. I'll nurse you back to health. We know we're not doctors. That doesn't sound so bad. But I don't even know if your immortal medicines would make a difference to my body. Are we that different deep down? Or we all have the same parts, don't we? Like, are we that different deep down? I cannot say I spend much time fiddling around inside people to know. Oh, that's certainly one way of putting it. Or, oh, maybe you should fiddle some more. Okay. Definitely go with that one. I do not fancy myself much of a fiddler. Blood, gore, and whatnot has little effect on me before you accuse me of being soft. I bet you've seen a lot of that stuff. More than you'd be able to count. Does it get easier? I feel like we just let that innuendo go, but, you know, we were kind of having a serious conversation. Yes and no. I have seen much. I am numb to it, I suppose, but terrible things happen to good people every day. But terrible things happen to everyone, I imagine. At least in this death is fair. It's like, I'm not sure I could do it, or I'm pretty numb to that kind of stuff myself. I work in medical, so, and I work in research. Whoops. Sorry, something fell. I work in research, so I'm pretty numb to it, even though admittedly I like animals more than people, so there's still some hard stuff. But yeah, I don't know. The companion works in a different field of science, so I don't know. But he's kind of a realist, so say I'm pretty numb to that kind of stuff myself. Though I think terrible things do need to happen more to certain people, especially ones who have a lot of power right now, I'm just saying. Seen a few too many horror movies in my days. See, I don't like horror movies. Weirdly, that's where I draw the line. Horror movies, huh? I have never seen one of your human horror movies, though I have heard of them on occasion. Some of them are pretty realistic. You might like them. Doubtful. Just imagining us trying to show them Final Destination or something. If they were supposed to scare me, then I don't see what will be enjoyable about them. I sincerely doubt that they could show me much I have not seen before. Oh man. Horror movie night? Horror movie night. So it's funny because, I'm a big wimp when it comes to horror movie night, but I love horror as a genre. I think, I really love gothic horror, so, Crimson Peak, and eventually I'll get around to seeing Nosferatu, but that's, totally my thing. That's what I studied in college as part of my English major, was gothic horror and what it represents. So I love analyzing horror. I don't care much for, the torture and just all the gore fests, but, I super love like queer and feminist horror, and as long as like my anxiety isn't like overly, if it doesn't have too many like jump scares and won't make me paranoid, and I don't care for gore. It's just like it's weird. Like I have a bit of a photographic memory, so the stuff sticks with me because I'm not great at imagining things out of nowhere. But then I think I've learned to like absorb images I see. So yeah, don't enjoy when I accidentally hyperfixate on something really gory in movies. But I do enjoy, like feminist and queer horror a lot, and also gothic horror. I'm gonna find something that'll make you cling to me in fear. Oh yeah, speaking of horror, there's a big scare. This guy is like the scariest of cats. Cling to you? You would surely cling to me. Would you like that, Grimmy? Next topic. I love whenever he does the ellipses. It works so well as a little like pouty avatar. Next topic. But I like this topic. Next topic. Yeah, right. Yes, medicine. Fantastic thing, that. Definitely. You just said you never had it. I'm sure it's great. It's really not. I mean, it is like, this medicine's a good thing. It just, yeah, most of it tastes pretty terrible. It's just gross. And sometimes has bad side effects. Oh. Hey, answer this, okay? Well, we call Casper. We're calling him and not giving him the option to to not pick up. Because every time he calls us, it's always yes or yes. No, baby. I didn't mean to hit accept. Please, dear gods above, let this be a dream. It's like, oh, you dream about me? Are you in your pajamas? I meant to say no. Oh my god. You are so cute. I meant nightmare. Did not wish for you to see me in this state. To be fair, you saw me sick. I hope that he's also sitting, like, bisexually in the chair. You should have stayed at my place. I am fully capable of looking after myself. You can still be capable and let people help you. Oh, it's like the hardest thing, though. If you want, you can depend on me a little, Casper. I'll keep it in mind. But I'm hoping this is something I will only have to experience once. Once is plenty enough. Too much, even. Like, sucks, huh? Or now you can understand why I was in bed all day long yesterday. I think he kind of understood. Like, we were the ones being like, oh, it's no big deal. So I say, huh, sucks, huh? It is disgusting. It feels invasive. I do not know how you humans can live with such a thing. Well, not much choice. You should all hurry up and eradicate your illnesses. Well, we're trying, but somebody has just defunded or paused the funding to medical research, and so I'm gonna go on a soapbox about this because I am in medical research. So current funding is still active as long as we don't work for the NIH or the which is the National Institute of Health, or so any government agencies. Those labs, I think, are shut down, or at least like part of it. It's kind of scary. But what's really concerning is that the people who make the decisions on who gets grant money, like how to divvy up all the grant money, and NIH provides the most amount of grant money for just research nationwide, medical research anyway. That's all stopped. And like grants take forever. That's basically what professors do, is they spend a lot of their time like writing grants. And so so because it takes so long to like apply for grants, and then they have to review all the applications and then have meetings to discuss who gets what and how much, like all of that being stopped means it's going to take even longer for stuff to get funded. And because like I think where I worked, it took a couple of years to like get some more funding. And then not only is the grant stuff being paused, they've also paused the meetings for publications of papers. And so what that means is that getting your research published is also like a really long ordeal. You have committees going over and they're basically nitpicking all of your little bits of research. So it takes a long time for your paper to get reviewed, and then when it's finally accepted, it gets published. So all of that has been paused by at least the people working for the government. Like, I think maybe some papers can still get published if the people on the committee aren't like directly working for the government. But yeah, it's still just, things are just like going to be backlogged even more. And science, this is already taking a really long time. And like, especially working in something that's biology where it's dependent on living things, you're just like, stuff is time sensitive. So we're basically like, well, we have to keep going on and doing our research, but we don't know what's going to happen in the future. And like, I've got a coworker who would like to move on with their career, but she needs to get that paper out, and it's just taking a long time because, you know, people are like, well, you need to work on this part and so yeah. But then now, if no one is able to like review your paper or review your grant, suddenly there's just going to be this awful backlog, which is going to halt research. And like, publishing your paper is only the first step of research, and like, before you can get to stuff like clinical trials and drug testing, and you know, also those agencies are like being paused. So this is like the biggest hot mess ever, and I'm very alarmed and pissed off, and just nothing good can come of this. So like, I'm not immediately alarmed because I'm okay with my job, but just alarmed at like the future implications. Part of why my first lab ended was because we didn't get grant money. So yeah, like, the stuff, there's going to be repercussions further down the road, and it sucks because there's always a lot of great scientists doing good work, and you know, it's stuff like cancer research, Alzheimer's, and especially with the DEI like initiatives being closed, we're gonna like, what's gonna happen is that we're gonna stop looking at illnesses that affect certain groups. Like, you know, there's medical discrimination is still a huge issue, especially with Black folks, and then there's, you know, Asians are prone to certain diseases too, and then like our standard for a while was only to test males, and so a lot of how drugs and how like symptoms present in women are going to also be affected. So yeah, this is just a big clusterfuck that is making me very angry, and I just wanted to take the time to like rant about it a little bit, just because like it is important. I work in medical. I feel like I should use my platform to like explain some of these things that are happening. So okay, so box off. All right, we were trying to get Grimmy some cold medication. All right, I'm on it. And in the meantime, I will overcome these foul germs. Soon they will know who is truly in charge. Oh, they will be bowing down to you any second now. That much is obvious. Why'd you call me so suddenly anyway? You call me suddenly all the time. This is true. Can I not just call you because I want to? I was not prepared. I need to lock down that feature. I hate don't do that, or you spoil sport. I hate don't do that. If I left it on, you'd call every 2 seconds. An abuse of power, some might say. Like, in a way, I understand. I'm just that fantastic to talk to. You are pretty great. Yes, the mighty power of the call button. I'd always be on call with you, or I have some self-restraint. Jasper, you have some self-restraint. We were too. Oh, to be able to lie. That is what makes humans so scary. They cannot help but lie. Small lies, big lies, white lies. So you think I'm scary? Sometimes. Though I fear the effect you have on me is more than anything else. Though I fear the effect you have on me more than anything else. As you should. So we're both developing feels here. If you could lie, I guess you'd be a little less predictable. How am I predictable? You just kinda are. I can make you react however I want. Can you now? Casper, I seriously love you. Who's the cutest guy in the world to you? I want to do unspeakable things to you. Oh, okay, we gotta go with this last one. Oh, there is a blush. See? Also, by the way, hello, Azrael. Might I say you're looking rather handsome today. I just have to tell you how cute you are, or you are looking nice and cozy there. Azrael is very cute. Cute, yes, I suppose he is. Cute, handsome, immaculate, all of the above. I wish he was always around when we chat, or you should cuddle him more often. I do not wish to restrict him too often. He is simply offering me comfort in these dire times. It's like Azrael is his own man. He goes where he wants, does what he wishes, and deigns to spend his spare moments with me. He loves you. I think dire might be an overstatement. Our dire grim seems pretty mild. This is the most harrowing moment of my life. But through it all, Azrael has been by my side. Through all of my highs and lows. How long have you had him? A long time. That is hardly an answer. I can't remember exactly. It's difficult. Time seems to blend together until its meaning is lost. More of it I have. But many, many years. I never felt the passage of time as much as I do now. Time passes for you, but continues for I. I love that phrase so much. Okay. I'm gonna geek out a little bit for just that sentence, like time passes for you, but continues. Because Casper is not quite immortal, but basically, like, he can die, but, he can't, he doesn't have a finite lifespan. Thanks for sharing it with me. He's still in such good condition. Of course he is. I help maintain his appearance. It's like, it is my pleasure, truly. I'm honestly being selfish here. Aw, you love him just as much as I love Richard. There's a pout. He is important to me. It is nice to know that Grim Reaper can be sentimental. You're not that far from a human after all. I suppose so. So did you buy him from a store deep in the pits of the underworld, or did you get him here on the mortal plane? Let's go fish for some info on the underworld. No and no. He is a former resident of the mortal plane. Oh, you bought him here? I guess that makes sense. He doesn't look very helly. I didn't buy him. Did you steal him? No, I am not some seasoned thief. Okay, I'm confused then. He was gifted to me. And I promised I would always care for him. Gifted to you? From someone like me? Wow, suddenly feeling less special here. Okay, I want to know more about that. Or here I thought I was your first. You did sort of imply we were the first mortal he interacted with, so it was a mortal child. A child just gave you their toy? Yes, he did. This story is not a happy one. I don't mind sharing it with you if you understand that. Of course I'll listen. Or I'm not sure I'm up for a sad story now. Of course I'll listen. That child he was assigned to me. I've been assigned to children many times before, so it wasn't anything out of the ordinary. He was quite young and was hospitalized when I went to ferry him over. It is my preference to take young mortals in their sleep so they don't have to feel scared by my presence. If they go in peace, then the journey is easier on their soul. But he was awake. I was cloaked in glamour, so it shouldn't have mattered, but He saw right through it, and he just smiled really softly and told me he had been waiting. He knew you were coming. That is what he claimed at the time. I did not question it. He was not scared. His soul was incredibly strong, and he was incredibly brave, but his body was weak. It could not hold such a soul. He handed me Azrael and made me a promise to look after him. And you did. Oh, Casper. This is definitely not Casper. It was my honor. Part of my duty is to show mortals to their best afterlife. And if that was the final tie keeping him bound to your plane, well, I was happy enough to ease that from his worries and ensure the safest possible passage for him. And did he get safe passage? I took him to a bright and colorful afterlife. He went peacefully and even thanked me before I let him on his way. It was a long time ago now, but he has stuck with me. It must be this illness. It's making me sentimental. It's good remembering things like that. He left you a kind gift. Azrael, yes, I do treasure him. No, I mean, he left you a piece of humanity. It was very kind of you to do that. Thanks, Sunshine. Did you name him Azrael? He was already named by his previous owner. A fine name for a fine Reaper of Souls. It's nice you kept it. I wouldn't dare to rename him. I, stitched it. You're like, huh? You did what? I hand-stitched his name on him, okay? So I would never forget. My life is a long one. Forgetting is too easy. That's adorable. You absolute dork. Can you do my name as well? That's adorable. I'm so pouting. You're going to kill me from sweetness, Casper. Not possible. Doesn't matter anyway. You and I both know I'm much too stubborn to actually die that easily. If anything in life is true, it is that. Can you show me your beautiful stitching work? No, Azrael is resting just as I am. If you must know, I stitched it in red. Cute. Who would have thought that the Grim Reaper takes up knitting in his spare time? It is not knitting, mortal. Sewing, and it was only one word. Well, do you like knitting? I have never tried, nor am I particularly interested in the idea of it. Damn, I was hoping you could knit me a blanket or something, or I guess I'll have to do the knitting. Hey, you want a blanket? Why? You gonna pick up knitting after all? The future could hold any number of possibilities. Hey, Grim. Yes, Sunshine. I can't keep it to myself anymore, or I think I'll explode. Are you wearing hair clips or the hair clips? Ah! I'm gonna go with the hair clips. Remove this from your memory or perish, mortal. Or never. Never. One of them is a sunflower and one of them is a little skull. I know it's a lich. Good. One of them is a sunflower. Why'd you pick that one, huh? Did it remind you of little old me? You're forever, Sunshine. Shut up, gods. You're the worst. They're just hair clips. I was hot and wanted the hair off my face. This is how I feel. Like I said, I hate being called cute, and but I do have cute things because mom buys them, and sometimes I just like the look of things, and then I stick them in my hair and don't want my bangs in my face. But it's hair clips on you. I literally never thought I'd see this. I can die happy now. You would allow death to claim you over hair clips? Everything I've tried you found lacking, but hair clips? How often do you wear them? I feel like I've been missing out. Wait, do you ever put your hair in a ponytail? I want to see that too. Since you get hot. From time to time. The hair clips or the ponytail? Gods, you are insistent. Grim. Had no energy to begin with, and now I feel like you've sucked out any that is remaining. Fine, yes, I clip it back when I wash my face and do my skincare. Is that not a normal use of clips? How adorable. Is that a common style in the underworld then? Common? No. I once knew a fellow Reaper who was quite into all of this stuff. Perhaps it rubbed off on me. All of this stuff? Skincare, hair accessories, those kind of things. In regards to whether I tie my hair up, yes, every now and then. Perhaps you haven't noticed, but I have an abundance of hair. One day you'll let me run my fingers through it, or tie it up. I want to see it. He's tired, so we're gonna just... because, we want to touch. Who says I would agree? I think you'd get addicted to it. It's a nice feeling. Even better coming from me. Go on, say pretty please. If anyone will be begging, it won't be me. I'll go easy on you, Sunshine. Sorry. Are we still talking about hair? Who says I want you to go easy on me, or I'm into it? Let's see who says I want it. You can give me everything, Casper. Trust me, I can take it. Something tells me you're not talking about hair anymore. Same for you. God, is it hot in here or something? You're looking a little flushed. Oh, you're so smug. Not as flushed as you. I can't help my sickness. Just as you cannot help but be drawn to me. Shut up already. Make me. Hide your face with whatever is nearby. What are you doing now? Hiding behind a magazine? Sunshine, that doesn't make me disappear. La la la, if I can't see you, you don't exist. That is completely false. You should not spread lies so easily. Who said that? Casper? Never heard of him. More falsehoods. All the time. Ow! Ah! I'm not sure what that is. Sunshine, are you okay? I'm fine. You just caught my finger on the paper. It's just a paper cut. Actually, that happened to me, except I was like cardboard, like a big time deep cut, and I had a cat on my lap, so I was yelling at my partner to be like, help! And mostly just to get tissue and then like a band-aid, because it was like pretty deep. You should be more careful. Paper cuts are. Ah! Casper? Sunshine, which finger did you cut? The pinky finger on my left hand, my ring finger, my thumb on my right hand. So if we're holding the magazine, it's gotta be the thumb. Watching me just try to find a logical answer. To think a tiny incision could cause that amount of pain. What are you saying? There's a cut on my finger. Suddenly, abruptly, without warning. This is something I have experienced occasionally, but not spontaneously. This is not good. Not good at all. In the same place? It's the exact same place. What the... How could that happen? Wait, I think... Wait here for a second. Casper? Hello? Or where'd you go? I know it's here somewhere. What are you looking for? I'm trying to find a particular tome. I'm having little success. I'll message you when I find it, okay? Don't strain yourself too hard, or you're sick, Casper. Rest up. You're sick, Casper. Rest up. I'm fine, Sunshine. Wait for me, okay? Always. Okay, and I think I'm going to end it here because I do have to get ready for Ariel's class later tonight. But yeah, thank you everybody for joining me. Hear me do a little bit of ranting about the state of the world because, like, I'm trying not to be stressed, but it's hard. Um, so let's save. Yeah, I'm just going to save that. Quit. But yeah, like I said, we've got you've got one extra more week to enjoy the Taste of Teas recording of our Dimension 20 show, and then the replay happening next Wednesday, February 5th at 9 p.m. Central Time. I don't really have any other stuff coming up. I know just at some point in February I'll stream, and it'll probably be on a Saturday in a couple of weeks. Wanted to congratulate my friend Lex Hernandez Roland for, killing it at X Games Aspen. They didn't qualify, but it was just kind of awesome that they had the chance to go. And I know they were really stressed, so I'm glad they pulled it off, and it was great. Yeah. And I might probably off stream, but somewhere, if you know me in various Discord servers, I'm going to record. I'm going to show their finals because the YouTube recording, I guess they had some issues with the women's snowboard street style, so the prelims, or what they call playoffs, was not recorded, and which is kind of stinky. So I'm gonna kind of figure out how to get a recording, or at least find a way to stream it so people could see it. Yeah. Everybody just take care of yourself. Do what you need to survive this really, really scary time. My shirt says trans rights are human rights. Stick up for people who are less privileged than you. Be nice to everybody, unless they're Nazi, then just be rude. Something that popped into my head, whenever Casper says our power is of annoyance, be annoying to your government representatives when you can. That is how we get our voices heard, is to bug that living crap out of them, make them work for us, make them know that their jobs are on the line. If you have the energy to do that, maybe right now we can't fight things head on, but we can annoy the living shit out of the bigots. I'm all for passive aggressively fighting back when you can't necessarily face things head on. And also happy Lunar New Year. It's the year of the snake. Go have some delicious Chinese food. Wear red, it's lucky. Don't clean, you'll sweep out the luck that's in your house. So yeah, if this is your opportunity to be a little lazy about cleaning. And so I'll see you later.